Drama Kings podcast, another episode. We are back. Finally back, should I say.
Back like he never left.
We in here with a special guest today. We're going to change gears just a little bit. I'm going to let him introduce himself in a second, but we're going to bring y'all some meaningful content today. I know it's going to be a little bit different from the standard style that y'all used to seeing. Hopefully y'all like it. We're going to find out. Hopefully the content is meaningful enough for y'all to reshare it and refer it. But without further ado, to my left, I got my man, Mr. Pate Muse. Introduce yourself, Pate.
What's going on? How you doing? First of all, my name is Pate, a.k.a. Mr.245, with Determined Wellness. Been knowing this man a long time. Great man. Love everything he doing over at the podcast. So when he told me, hey, man, you want to come by? Absolutely. Definitely. Been following the podcast a long time, so appreciate you.
We appreciate you watching, man.
Yeah, of course.
Like he said, man, he's we lifelong friends, so to speak. What we looking at, about 12 years?
Yeah, at least.
Started out, doing in a different lane.
Yeah.
In a different lane, can we say different phases? Because
yeah, most definitely
you're not the
phases.
dude I met.
Yeah, no.
So to speak. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
His name, Pate, but can I say the name?
Oh, absolutely.
Can I say the nickname?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
We used to call him Beef Tip, man.
Yeah,
we used to call him Beef Tip though, but he ain't no damn Beef Tip no more.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a how you say it? That's an insult to even say. That's why I asked for permission to even say that shit.
Good, bro.
But yeah, man, we've been friends for quite a long time. Like you say, you kind of been following everything I've been following you too. And we've had a little small conversations
Absolutely.
about, what I'm saying, what it is that you do and how it can be implemented in my life, my lifestyle. But we're gonna let you get into that. What Mr.245? Can you just tell me what that means? Why people call you that, Mr.245?
So crazy enough, when I was almost 500 pounds, when I started my journey, 245 pounds was what I wanted to see off on the scale. Okay. When I was not gonna say doing it the wrong way, but I was just obsessed with the number. So when I, going through my phase and doing everything like that, once I got to the other end, it just stuck, because I wanted to see 245 pounds down on the scale, and it just, I don't know, I don't remember exactly who called me at first, but it just kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
245 pounds. Just saying it is like mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lost 245 pounds.
Yes, sir. 245, 300 total. But yeah, 245 was my goal, my original goal.
Oh, okay. So if we technically speaking, you lost 300 pounds.
Oh yeah, 300 pounds total. That's
like two humans.
Yeah.
Like, how do you? What?
Yeah, that's why we.
And I'm looking at you understand. I mean, I obviously know what you used to look like, but once you put it in perspective that way, and I'm looking at you like, where was the 300 pounds? Holy shit, bro! Damn.
That's what we was talking earlier. It's like I wouldn't be there. Wouldn't have been sitting in this chair.
Well, yeah, you did make me. All right, but yeah. So I mean, let me ask you this. Okay, you said 245 pounds was the goal. That's what you wanted. That was your personal goal. That's what you wanted to see yourself, accomplished. But what motivated you to start the journey? Like, what put you on the path? Like, what was the this is enough, or you know what I'm saying? The motivation behind, would you start and say, I'm gonna start this, I'm not gonna stop until I'm done.
So what actually the starting point was, I was working with my dad, doing the security thing. And so we at a warehouse. It's summertime, we sweating, all those things of that nature, and they had a pallet scale out there. And I had weighed myself previously, because I had got shot a long time ago. Yeah. And I was in sports, so then I had to stop playing football. Mm-hmm. And but you know how they go. When you're in sports, you eat. So I kept the mentality of eating, but I just wasn't doing the physical activity. So that's what led to major weight gain. And so we working, and I see the pallet scale, and I step up on it. And when I step up on it, I say, hold up. Not me. So I went back and stepped on it again. I knew I was a bigger guy, but I honestly did not know I was that big.
Right.
And so when I looked at it, I said, it just hit me. And so I looked at him, and my dad, he's every other black man, older black generation, health, diabetes, and all these other things like that. And I knew I didn't want that. to be real. So
right.
Yeah. So when I seen that, I'm working with him and things of that nature, I say, yeah, no, we gotta do something. Like I looked at him that day honestly, and I told him, I said, that's it. And he was like, he honestly speaking now, and in hindsight, he had the conversation with me, and he was like, I heard you. He said, but I didn't really believe, that.
Because everybody says it, right?
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, with my New Year's resolution.
Right. Yeah.
But you actually like had a how do you say it?
Like a long look in the mirror.
Yeah, a long look in the mirror, just where you was like, this is not me. Like I can't do this no more.
Yeah.
I can't live like this no more. Like something got to give. Something got to change. Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because I was like, yeah, no, we gotta. This ain't it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this ain't it.
How long was it? Like the pallet. So first of all, we talking about a pallet scale.
Yeah,
we're not talking about your little, typical Walmart $9.99 joint.
Yeah,
you was on a pallet scale. What number was it? Like what did that, when you saw what number sent you like, oh hell, when you like you said,
yeah,
hell no, not me. Like what number? What was it? What was that number?
498.
Damn.
409.
Wow.
When I walked out, that's what made me. Because like I said, the last time I weighed myself, I was
in my mind, the first thing was that, like, you heard that meme, damn. Like,
yeah, no, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Like, I look
400 and you were 400 and, bro, you did not look that big.
That's what I'm saying. That was
you can't look at somebody and say, oh, you got to be, right, 300 pounds, but you was, that's 500 pounds, bro.
Yeah, and so when I seen that, because I was pushing 300, in my mind.
In your mind, I'm like, oh, I'm a good 360.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I know I need to do something, but I'm enjoying life. I'm 21, 25. We partying, we drinking, we having a good time. We doing our thing. So, when I seen that, I said, no.
498.
498.
Shit. So okay, we got that. So now we got the catalyst of what. Why I'm going to do this. 498 pounds. I want to see 445 pounds off of that, right? Which would get us somewhere in range of what a typical human is, weighs or whatever. But like, I know it's tough. Everybody knows it's tough. Working out. No pain, no gain.
Right.
What made you, like, how did you stay motivated? Because this ain't no overnight process.
Right.
You started. Everybody starts. Not everybody finishes. But how did you stay there? Like, how did you keep your mentality and your mindset to say, I'm not going to stop this? Like, what was your why, so to speak? So
I'm very goal-oriented. So I just kind of made it, like, I would have a goal. I wanted to see 5 pounds down a week.
Oh, okay. So micro, like you kind of micro.
Yeah, so
goals.
And like getting started, once I got started and actually kind of like seeing some movement, and once that like first 50 pounds came off, I was like, oh, I can do this. Like pounds. I was like, I'm like, oh, this is possible. Right. Because I honestly, I'm gonna be real, man. I thought I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get the gastric. I'm gonna have to do it because that's how far gone. Yeah, that's how far gone I thought I was. Mm-hmm. But once like that first 50 came off, and not gonna say it didn't take that long, but it wasn't realistically that long. And so I was like,
50 pounds is a lot.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things, right? It was like once that first, I was like, oh, okay, this is achievable. So after that, I just kind of broke it down. I was like, okay, if I eat 1,000, 1,500 calories a day, I can lose 5 pounds a week. And it was to the point where like I got it so mechanical because I would eat the same things every day and just started kind of like enjoying the process.
Right.
And just breaking it down, and I almost kind of seen it like a game. Like, if I can move my body this much this week, I can see this much down on the scale. And it was like kind of like a check and balance. Like, if it didn't happen, I'm like, okay, what did I do? What did I miss or something like that? So and it was just kind of fun.
Right. Because man, counting calories, that is not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Counting calories will drive you nuts.
Yeah.
If you ever never counted calories before, like really counting calories, I'm not talking about, oh, I'm just not going to, have chips today. I'm talking about really calculating down to where you got the app on your phone and you like literally micromanaging, counting. That shit will drive you nuts.
Yeah.
I'd have been to hit my limit, by 11 o'clock a.m.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's definitely a change. Like you definitely gotta. Cause
So-
I ain't gonna lie, them first few,
Yeah.
like once you actually realize, like think about it. Back in the day, you can think about it. I went from eating anything I wanted,
And whenever you
Whenever
want,
I
anytime,
wanted.
whenever you want it, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's a major, and some people won't really realize how just changing your diet can just be a really big thing as far
Right.
as your lifestyle is concerned.
Yeah,
Everybody has their habits, but like your eating habits are like one of the primary things that just like that makes up your your lifestyle.
right.
So when you change that because you're trying to have a goal in mind, a goal oriented something that you want to achieve, it's like, bro, and here we go back to what you said, like, damn, am I really fit for this? Can I really do this, or do I take the easy way out? Like, so I mean, I guess those small changes, like anything else outside from like because you said you did it about a week, like your small goals per week, stuff like that. What about like something that is what most people find difficult? Like, let's say for instance your workout schedule, like your workout routines, something else that would, I would say, I guess you want to say like helps you to where it doesn't seem like it's a very big thing to do.
Yeah.
Like what kind of small stuff can people do?
The first things first, and it's easy, but a lot of people don't do it, and that's remove the excuses. Start there. Start at the mind. Remove the excuses first.
Wow, I would've said
Because a
the
lot of
diet.
people say, "Well,
I would've
I'm
said
getting there.
that's
I'm getting
crazy.
there.
That's
I'm
crazy.
getting there." But it goes that far. Like people don't really realize your mind got to be right. Once your mind is right, that's it. Like the body gonna follow. That's that's the way human nature. That's the way we are. So
Right.
start in the mind and remove the excuses first. Once you remove the excuses and you're like, all right, I got 24 hours in the day, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna spend 2 hours working out, an hour working out at some point in the day. It can be early in the morning, it can be late at night, it can be whenever you want it to be, or whenever you can fit it in. But just don't start off with that, oh, my life is busy, oh, I'm tired, all those things. Like start off doing what you can do. Go walk, do something enjoyable. And then once you get in the routine of just doing it, then that's when it's like, okay, cool. Then it's like, all right, then, with your diet, that's another thing. Just changing what you eat and understanding what you eat is, like you said, major alone. So you do that, and those principles, they just start to snowball. Then you want to know. You were like, well, how much protein should I be eating? How many carbs should I be eating? Well, dang, okay, what workout should I be doing to get this result? Or, it just kind of starts to snowball at that point. And then before you know it, you didn't drop, and you like, oh, it's on. Like, oh yeah, we can
actually
we
do
can
this.
do this. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
So
this is
yeah,
not that difficult.
yeah,
Wow, I didn't even think of it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start at the mind. Like, I think that's probably the best advice you can give anybody.
yeah.
Start at the mind, because that's where it starts. The brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. If you convince yourself that your imagination, which would be to lose weight, is going to be a reality, you can actually get it done.
Yeah.
But along the journey, right? While you're in the journey, like, so when you're going throughout the journey, like how do you manage like plateaus and stuff like that? You're gonna get stuck. It's gonna happen. Everybody. I mean, I've had stints of muscle building and stuff like that, but you're gonna get to a point where you're gonna get results are gonna be kind of like diminishing. How do you get past it? Like, how do you break through those plateaus? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. The first thing I always tell people to do when it comes to a plateau is remember your why. Remember why you started this in the first place. Because once you do that, then it's like, okay, cool. Well, let me slow down long enough to see where it may have went wrong. And if you feel like you've done everything right, okay, just keep going. Because the body may want different things. Like you'll be surprised. There was times along the journey when I had to eat more to lose weight. Because like my body
to keep your
just
metabolism.
to reset it. Because my body just got so used to just eating what I was giving it.
Surviving with what
it-
you got. Like, I got a trick for you since you got a trick for me.
Right, it's like, so my body just got so accustomed to, okay, well, this is what we doing. So it was like, all right, well, anything you give me at this point, I'm gonna hold on to. So then I had to trick it, eat a little bit more and essentially probably gain, a little bit, about 2-3 pounds. Then once I did that and got back, I kept on my workouts and all those things, then it, went right on past where I was trying to go.
Right.
So
okay.
yes, yeah. But yeah, like you said, start with the.
I got you. I mean, yeah, I think because I've dealt with it myself, like plateauing, and you just like, dang, am I even genetically, made up to even reach this goal? Like some people just are genetically, like you was talking about your dad. It could definitely be in your lineage to just have health complications. You might not have, or whatever the case may be. So like, while you're doing all that stuff, like while you're doing it, can you name something like how do you help people with their diet? Let's just talking about the diet. How do you help them? Like one thing that you would consider like the best meal. Like this is what I'm gonna, this is what I'm gonna do. This works for me while on your journey, or something that you could, prescribe to
Yeah.
somebody
Okay.
else.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. So personally, what I always tell people is there's different things for everybody. Some people like burgers. Some people like I love Mexican food.
Right.
So my thing is you can have steak fajita. There's not really a people say, oh, this is bad food. Like there are certain things that just
that you just shouldn't be
it
eating.
just is what it is. Like when you eat it, it's like enjoy it, but yeah, it just is what it is. You got to work that off. But for as stuff as like I can eat this along my journey and it's cool. Like if you want a steak fajita, but just remove the cheese and sometimes just cut up the fajita, put it in a little bit of rice.
Right.
No butter and different things like put some veggies on top. I eat that probably a couple times a week sometimes. I enjoy it. Protein muffins, things of that nature. Just how you want to say all the things that taste good. I guess you want to say like that you can have. See, that's another thing I was thinking about just now because a lot of people say you can't have seasoning. You can. There are.
I don't know what it came about. Like,
Yeah,
there's no calorie.
like-
Is there? I mean, seasons they have some calories.
Well, it makes you hold water. Is what it is.
The
sodium.
salt,
The sodium makes
okay,
you hold
I
water.
get
So
you.
the trick is you have to stay up on your water intake. A lot of people would do
Okay.
it and then they be like, well, it's making me hold water. Well, you got to flush, you got to drink enough to flush it back out. But yeah, it's just one of those things of just understanding the body. Like for where I am right now, I still eat a lot of things that I enjoy a little bit more than I used to, of course, on the journey. But now I just know, okay, well, if I have this, then I got to stay off of XYZ for the next week, and then it'll put me right back where I need to be.
The next week. So
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
day, understand,
Yeah.
one day of getting off your diet
Yeah.
could cause you a week in the hole.
Yeah, sometimes, and depending on what it is for me, because my body, I'm just a naturally big guy.
Right.
That's because I never. A lot of people assume that I was big because I just ate too much. It's like no, I'm just a naturally big guy. Like
Yeah, that's a genetic, that's just a genetic makeup. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like and people don't realize that too. You may have to go a little bit harder than the next person because it's not in your genetics to necessarily be, say, for instance, an athlete. You may not have genetics to build muscle and have big, large structured frame, bone, stuff like that. So it's going to vary. Your mileage will vary,
Yeah.
so to speak. But another thing I wanted to ask you was like, I know you changed, your eating habits, your lifestyle, et cetera. But like, while you were doing all these things, while you were on a journey, like, what's something that you learned about yourself that you
that's a good one.
really didn't kind of identify before the journey, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's something you learned about yourself while doing this?
Man, so crazy. One of the biggest things I learned along my journey was that when I thought I was just being a 21-year-old, just living life and how I gained my weight, I learned that I was kind of band-aiding my pain from my shooting.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned that. And so, went to therapy and, did what I needed to do. Like, that's another thing I wanted, we should probably talk about because a lot of people don't feel like, oh, as black men, man, go.
Right.
Talk to somebody. But
There
yeah,
you go.
So not to
We
get
promote mental health.
yeah,
on this
no,
channel,
not to get sidetracked,
No
but yeah,
LOL, we
that was one
promote
of the
mental
things that I learned for sure was like, okay, we need to get this mental right,
Right.
and yeah, I think that was the biggest lesson on my journey of which I learned. The other thing is that I learned I can do hard things. Like just because it's hard don't mean it's unachievable. Like I know there's a certain level of hard in business that pushes you to do things and all those things of that nature. But along this journey has tested me way more to push myself than business ever did.
Right.
I feel like so certain hard things now they they hit me, but they kind of just roll off the back because it's like, okay, we need to pivot, we need to do this, we need to do that. Like it just, taught me how to do hard things. And I wrote a book, and now this is coming from somebody that was in special education,
Right.
in K through 12, the whole time,
The whole ride.
the whole ride. You know what I'm saying? I special education. I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? A published book. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's been edited and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't no typos.
I got
But it just to keep it real. But
right.
yeah, I wrote a book along the way. I started coaching. I've helped a few people, change their life and what their mental state and all those things of that nature. So yeah, the best, I guess, lesson is that I can do hard things. Like once I took the time to actually, have to look in the mirror and check my mental state and get myself right, it's like, man, what else can I do? Because like I really took what I learned from the journey and it's like, okay, what else can I do? So I would say that's one of the.
I'm a go just back up just a little bit about the mental health part of it, the aspect of it. You said you discovered that you were eating to mask the pain of the incident with, because you've been shot before, so you were kind of masking the pain or the grief. I don't know what to call it because I don't want to, misdiagnose. I'm no professional by any means. Because a lot of people, they will eat because they will fall in these like depression states and they will just eat. Is that what you're trying to describe? Is that
No, yeah, well, I didn't really know.
You didn't realize you were doing it at the time.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't like I was happy. Yeah, I wasn't depressed by any means.
But
it's
subconsciously, you
you're
were
right.
like, you just eating because eating made you happy, but you
Right.
could have been looking for happiness.
Exactly.
Okay, and that sounds familiar. You know what I'm saying? Because people, eating makes people happy. Everybody likes to eat.
Right.
Everybody knows that eating is that's a thing to enjoy. But how is there any advice you could give somebody who's probably dealing with the same thing? Let's say for instance, if they get into a mood where they feel like, well, they're just gonna eat and eat. Is there anything that you could probably give somebody who may be dealing with that?
Yeah.
To kind of combat that behavior? I mean, it's gonna take them obviously to completely eradicate it, but something to just combat, like just something that they could use to probably help them come out of that. You know what I'm saying? The depressed eat. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
The repressed binge eating kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So personally, I recommend. It's gonna sound crazy, but write it down.
Right.
Like just take how you feel. Open a note in your iPhone. Everybody got an iPhone or whatever phone you got notes. Just write it down. Write it down and express how you feel or whatever you need to say and things like that. And you'll actually be surprised how much that'll help you. Like you can delete it. You ain't got to send it to nobody or nothing like that. But it'll help you just get it out.
Gotcha.
And then once you get it out and you can read it, it's like, okay, cool. Now what you do from that, you may decide to go to therapy. You may decide, okay, I just, I want to work on this. I want to change it. That's the number one thing. And then number two, God. Get yourself right with God.
God is good, man.
Yeah, you get your spiritual right. Meditation, all that. Like it's real. Like that centering yourself stuff. I know it sound all Mr. Miyagi and all that, but it's real. Like just spending time with yourself to like early in the morning or something like that, taking some time for yourself. Like that's why I work out early in the morning. Before I go deal with any business stuff or anything of that nature, I just want to take some time, get myself right, pray, and work on myself. That way, if I'm the best version of myself, then I can show up for everybody else in any capacity that I need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me talk about a little about the transformation. We're gonna change gears a little bit. Transformation. When I say transformation, I mean from 498 to losing 300 pounds. Physically, your body is gonna change.
Right.
Obviously, not. I mean, not. We're not trying to be simple here, but physically your body's gonna change. And when I say there's gonna be remnants of 498 pounds, remnants as in like, could you tell us like, we know like the excess skin, the elasticity in your skin is gonna change. What are some of the remnants that you didn't realize you were gonna have to face or deal with, and how did you deal with those? I know of some, but I wanted you to have an opportunity to give some of the scary parts of transformation.
Yeah. No. So skin was one of the biggest ones, and having skin surgery, like deciding if I wanted to have a skin surgery, and then I had so much I had to get it removed.
There was just nowhere around it. Like, this has to be surgically removed.
Yeah,
300 pounds. That number still just blows my mind. Like, every time I say it. So but the skin surgery, that's one of the biggest things.
That's one of the biggest things. And then to your mindset. The funniest thing about it is once you lose weight, you'll know full on well, like looking at yourself, that you lost weight, but you still that guy. Right. So you got to take some time and ease yourself into your new lifestyle, because a lot is going to change. Right. People are going to treat you different. And then when people treat you different, like, it's cool, but on the other side, you get a little upset. It's like, well, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still the same person. Right. Like, why all of a sudden now I'm good enough? Or why all of a sudden, you know, like, you know, what changed? You know, because a lot changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, a whole lot. And so that was the number 2 big thing, like, not getting upset about it, because you have to sit down and really just sit back and think about it. Like, okay, at the end of the day, you know, we in a visual world, you know, and things of that nature. So if I wouldn't want to, you know, talk to somebody like that, then why would I? You know, different things, like, you know, without saying too much. But
I got you.
You know what I mean? So just sitting back and thinking, like, dang, okay, that's just how the world works. But not getting upset about it, just realizing, like, that's what it is. Okay, cool. And just working on yourself. And those are my 2 personal top biggest ones that as
far as the transformation is. Like, okay, now I'm on this side of the scale.
Right,
you know,
right.
For lack of better words. But the skin, let's get into that skin surgery. The goods, the bad, and the ugly. I want you to go all the way in.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Tell us about that skin surgery what do you go to find it? Like, for one, like, you seek somebody out, you know what I'm saying, and then just tell me about your experience. Yeah, totally. You know, with the skin surgery, with skin removal.
Yeah, absolutely. So, really, I searched it up online, like we do everything else.
So there was no, like, PCP recommendation.
No.
You know how you go to the doctor and they say, "Well, I got a specialist." You know. Yeah. You had to do the leg work to find somebody. Right. Yeah. Was it local here? Like,
it was local here in Houston. Yeah, it was local here in Houston. I did some research.
Because you wasn't down in Miami getting.
No,
like, it wasn't BBL. Alley,
no, I'm not. I'm not BBL Peasy. Yeah. BBL Peasy. No, man. But seriously, no. I searched it up online. Okay. I found this doctor, and I went to a couple consultations. One of which, you know, some of them you have to pay for. Not all of them are free. So just put that out there for anybody that need it. But I went to one. He was cool. But he wasn't really trying to do everything I was wanting done. Okay. And so the other guy, he was cool, but he was willing to do everything that I wanted. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I'm like, in my mind, this is a licensed practitioner. I ain't got no reason to worry. Right. So, you know, I was like, all right, cool. Save up the money, pay him. All right, surgery day come. I'm actually excited because that skin, I had 16 pounds of extra skin. That was my first surgery, and they removed another 2.
Skin is to where you have much. You know, skin is thin. Yeah, it's like membrane level. Yeah, the fact that you had 16 pounds of it.
Yeah, 16 pounds from my first surgery, and
the first one. Oh, so it was more than one.
Yeah, it was more than one. So I was excited because, like, when I was trying to work out, like, when you trying to run, you know, it's flapping. You know, so you try to put on the vests and all that stuff to tighten it down, but it don't really help all that much. So I was excited about it. And, you know, waking up, it's a lot of pain. It's definitely a lot of pain. It's not an easy process. Wow. That's the first thing I want to say. And I almost died from my first surgery.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, because
we were talking literally, not figuratively. You almost died.
No, literally.
You know, your life was hanging in the balance at one point in time.
EMS.
This is not figuratively. This is literal circumstances. You almost died.
Yeah, EMS come to the house, all that. Yeah, rush to the hospital, the whole 9 yards. So it was a lot of things I just didn't know. Right. You know, and like I try to tell people now, you know, of course in hindsight, but it's a lot of it's in my book too. But blood work before surgery. That didn't happen. Didn't know that was a thing. Didn't know that was anything you were supposed to do. So I didn't do it. And they never, like, of course, you lean on the practitioner to tell you all.
You're kind of expecting, like, oh, this is cruise control. I don't have nothing to worry about.
Exactly. It's like I pay.
This is a professional. Like, I don't have to worry about none of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you pay these people, and of course they give you a checklist. The only thing, because I did it during COVID times, they gave me information for COVID but they ain't giving me
Right.
no like prerequisites. And I was asking, is there anything I need to do? It's like, no, you good. Just you're healthy.
Just show up.
Just show up.
Okay.
And so
Of course,
I
it
did.
didn't go that way though.
Yeah, no, it definitely did
It
not
never
go that
goes
way.
that way.
Yeah, when I woke up in the hospital, first thing I realized it was very hard to wake me up, and so that's when I figured out. Of course, they told me it was going to be 6 hours of surgery. It was 12, and by law,
to remove the skin.
yes, and by law, you're not supposed to go over 6 hours.
Oh.
Right. So that was the first thing. I didn't know that at the time. Like,
Wow.
I didn't honestly know about it, that part of it, until I got healed and all those things of that nature. But yeah, so that was the first thing. Then once they finally got me up, they did it outpatient, which I would never recommend. So I literally showed up to the hospital at 5 a.m. and they put me in the truck with my family at around 5 or 6 o'clock that evening. And I went home after being cut up. Like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Definitely wouldn't recommend it. But so yeah, we head home, and I get out the truck, pass out, boom, hit the concrete. Yeah, hit the concrete. And so once I come to, my people picking me up, and they trying to get me inside the house. So they had to go get a chair at the house so I could walk so far, stop. Walk so far, stop. So we did that until they got me in the house. Now once we got in the house and got some food in me, we was good. So I thought. So a week go by, I'm getting up to go use the bathroom, and I get up. They help me out the bed. I get up and go to the bathroom. I sit down. I'm trying to use it, and I start sweating. I'm thinking, okay, it's I gotta go, number 2, because
Right.
you get a little constipated after surgery,
Got you.
of course. So I'm thinking that's what it was, and last thing I remember, it just went black. And
You actually remember blacking out.
blacking out.
In
I
the
can remember
restroom,
some
at
of it. I can remember bits and pieces because it was like I can remember like going in and out. I can remember my like family trying to talk to me, like wake up, and all those things. And the crazy thing was I wanted to say something back, but I couldn't.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was wild. Like hearing your dad, like you scaring me and all this stuff, and I'm hearing him, but I'm trying to say the words, but I can't say nothing. So that was pretty scary. Not gonna lie, but so the EMS come, they load me in the ambulance, they take me to the hospital, and of course, at some point I went black again. But I wake up in the ER. The room is dark, it's cold, I'm wet, I don't know what's going on. I know, this COVID time, so ain't nobody allowed in there. So it's just me waking up in this room by myself, no nurse, no nothing. I'm
After
calling
you
for
passed
people.
out at home.
Yeah, calling for people, trying to figure out what's going on and all those things of that nature. So yeah, I was in the hospital. Once they finally like allowed me to eat and all those stuff, they took me to another floor. I was on the floor by myself for about 3 days, and I just did a whole lot of praying. I did a whole lot of praying.
I can imagine. That's I mean, that's scary to even think about. Just to listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't imagine. I mean, obviously you had to live it. I wouldn't even think that that's what 6 hours of surgery to remove skin.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. That's a shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you to go that long, I mean, but now you're here. Do you have any remnants of anything that reminds you of having to go through that experience as far as as far as the skin removal? I mean, you have like body marks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Stuff that'll just never go away.
Oh, absolutely. I got scars. Like for my second surgery, I got scars across my chest. I got a long cut down the center of my stomach. I got one all the way around my waist.
They'll never go away. So
never go away. Yeah.
How does that make you feel when you're? Because you do competitions, we'll get into that. How does that make you feel when you have to display that? So, like, does that, or when you look in the mirror at home, like, are you like, plunge back into the experience, like when you see it, like, what I'm saying, does it get like sentimental when you see them, how the way your body looks now versus what it looks like, or is it like, yeah, I did that, what I'm saying, I'm here now?
Yeah, honestly, for me, because I took that and I turned it into something. Like, of course, like we was in the hospital. That's where my Determined Wellness born. That's when I figured out that I was supposed to write a book, all these things of that nature. And like you said, I went compete and did all these things. So for me now, when I see it, it just reminds me like of the change and everything that I've been through into everything that I'm building. Like it it inspires me. It inspires me now in hindsight, like to keep working on myself and keep going and all those things of that nature. But it's a definite big reminder to, of course, never to go back. Like when you start, thinking about doing things and different stuff of that nature, you look, you be like, no, we not finna do that again.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, no, we good. So
you like, do you see them where you are now, the scars, the experience with you, like you almost died. Do you regret any of it? Do you regret any of it?
No, I don't. Like, only thing I would say I regret is not doing a little bit more research because
things could have went better.
Yeah, I made it out of it, but I scared the heck out of my family. It's the only
I
thing.
mean, that's another thing too. I mean, honestly, man, I'm gonna be real with you. If I had to just listen to that, I probably would have started like regretting stuff.
Yeah.
Like, man, I should have never done this. Like, look what, you know what I mean? If I would have just stayed like I was, I wouldn't be almost dead or whatever. You know what I'm saying? For lack of better words, like scaring the crap out of everybody around you. Like, well, was this worth it just for appearance? You know what I'm saying? But
right.
But that goes back into like, what is your why?
Right.
Why are you doing this? Are you doing this for Instagram or are you doing this for yourself?
Exactly.
Is it doing this so you feel like a better person, or you just doing it just so you can look fancy in a competition? Speaking of competitions, you've won a few, haven't you?
Yeah, 3
You
overalls.
compete in 3. What competition is that?
So there's bodybuilding for transformation people. So yeah, that's what it was. It was transformational bodybuilding. I won
transformational bodybuilding. I didn't even realize that was a thing. We all see, Mr. What's it called?
Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about that, but nobody knows that there are competitions, for transforming your, losing weight, weight loss transformation competition. And you won 3. Congratulations to that.
Appreciate it.
Which is what I'm going to shift gears a little bit here because we haven't talked about the book yet. You said that you were in special education, K through 12.
Yep.
The whole way.
Whole ride.
But now on this table here, we got a hardcover copy of a book that you authored yourself. Can you tell us about that? Like, how did that come about? When did you decide, like, are you just checking all the boxes and you just like on fire, like I'm finna write a book? Like, what made you, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, to be real, I did not. Well, at first I had heard people say you should write a book, and I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, everybody says that.
I'm like, I'm not doing it.
It's because I tell people stories about like childhood trauma.
Right.
Where I was and where I am now. And they be like, you should write a book. I'm not doing it.
Right.
And that's where you were. Everybody says that when they hear something like fascinating.
Right. And I was like, I'm not doing that. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, there isn't really people out there. Like, for what I went through, I can help somebody not go through that. Right. Or I can help people know that it's possible to change and things of that nature. And that was part of my why. Like, I wasn't doing it just for, I was doing it for me in the beginning, but past a certain point, like, no, this was definitely to, grow my platform to help others and things of that nature. So, yeah, the book came about when I was in the hospital, actually. That's when I did a lot of praying in the hospital, and I was like, why am I here? Like, why is this happening? Like, I don't understand. And I scared the heck out of my family for the second time. Of course, first time was when I got shot. Now it's happening again. So
go again.
Like, yeah, and so it's like, I'm scared the heck out of them again. So I just started praying. And it was crazy because the nurses, when they came in to check on me, it was different nurses every day. But they would come in, they would check on me like, man, you should write a book. And I'm hearing this every day.
Now it's being programmed.
Right. I'm hearing this every single day. Like, it was weird. I would wake up, they would come do my blood. They would tell me that my blood level drop was ultimately why I was in there, because I had lost too much blood during surgery from from going from the 6 hours of surgery that was supposed to be into the 12 that it ended up being. I ended up losing too much blood. So, yeah. So they would come in and they would talk to me. And the doctor would come in and they was like, your blood level will drop. We're going to give you another blood transfusion. We're going to check you again in the morning. So when the nurse would come in to tell me, if it was good or bad, they would tell me, we're going to have to give you another blood transfusion. But they was like, but you should write a book. And I'm like, okay. So I started praying about it, man. I was like, okay, God, if this is what you want me to do, like, if you really had to put me here because I wouldn't listen, then give me Give me the name of the business. Give me and all of it just started jamming.
It just started coming.
It all started coming right then.
Right.
And
just
so
started coming in, just coming through.
Once I actually said, okay, you know what, I'll do it. I was like, I started praying. I was like, all right, God, I'll do it. They released me from that hospital.
Wow.
30 minutes later.
Wow.
I was stuck in there going through that loop every day, blood transfusion. Then they just came in there 30 minutes later. I'm not sure what happened, but your charts look amazing. We just gonna go ahead and release you. Call your family, get them to come get you. I'm like, I was like, oh, okay.
After you made a deal with God, like, are you ready to do this?
Right.
That's
like
I mean,
like when he
that was between you and God. Whatever y'all talked about in that room,
right.
We don't know, but now we see the product.
Finished product. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So tell us where we can find this book. Go ahead and plug yourself.
Where
can we find it? Tell us about everywhere. I got one more thing I'm gonna ask you, but I want you to promote that book.
Yeah. So you can find it. It's on Amazon. You can go on Barnes & Noble as well.
Mm-hmm.
The hardcover is on Barnes & Noble. There's an audio book as well for people that don't like reading. Right. That's on Apple Books.
I think that's going to be me, man.
Spotify, the whole 9 yards. Just look for The Determined Life. You go on your favorite reading app, or I'm sure it's there.
Social media is where y'all at. What can we find you on social media?
I'm on
The Determined Life. Is it just The Determined Life?
No. So for me on social media, it's Determined Wellness.
Okay.
Yeah. So at Determined_Wellness_DWM. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the whole 9 yards.
Wow. I mean, it's this story is amazing. It's amazing as in from the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? From the palette scale to blacking out to having a book, and you weren't even set out to do that.
Right.
Some people may say you might not even be qualified if they hear that you were in special ed.
Exactly.
Like, it just like you said about the transformation. Like, why is everything changing for me now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one more thing I want to ask you, like, you're here now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you consider your journey successful, or like, if you don't, like, what do you consider? What is it success like for you? Like after everything. So now that you've made it, so to speak.
So for me, I feel like I know I've done a lot of great things. I know I've helped a lot of great people. It's where I'm on the path to where I want to be, but I'm not there quite yet.
Okay.
I'm not there quite yet. But I am definitely on the path, and I see it, and I'm close. So I'm working hard towards it and all those things of that nature. But yeah, that's, I guess, the short answer of that question. I've never been asked that question. If you can't tell.
It's kind of it's because I don't want to say finished, but you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You did what you said you was gonna do. You competing. You've got a book. Like, what else? What is successful now look like to you? Like maintaining. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, honestly, showing people what real transformation actually is.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a thing, and I deal with it all the time on social media, because a lot of people think transformation is just physical, and it's not. Like, I mean, it is to a certain extent, right? Okay. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want to take that from nobody.
Gotcha.
But transformation is mental, physical, spiritual, like the whole 9 yards. Like, once you do the physical, you really just getting started. So that's why, for me, I feel like I'm just getting started. Like, I did the physical, I've done the mental, and I've done the spiritual, but now I'm trying to help other people. Mm-hmm. So now that I'm trying to help other people, that's why I say I'm there, But so I've been 5 years on my journey, but I'm my first year in business, if that makes sense. So yeah, we getting there, and getting things off the ground and all that stuff. And like I said, in a year, I feel like I've done a lot of great things. But yeah, once we get it to where I want to get it, then I'll feel like, okay, then the journey is complete.
I got you. Well, yeah, man, it's this, like I said, back to what I was saying about this story is amazing. Like, I mean, we hear people say we're going to set out on a weight loss journey. I'm going to start my weight loss journey. I'm going to get back in the gym. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But to see it firsthand for somebody, because I know you personally, to see it firsthand and just really hear the meat and potatoes of what it takes to lose weight. Yeah. It's just mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't go that far. So with that being said, I just want you to know that we are proud of you, for your journey. All the Drama Kings, we are proud of you. Like, that is a very, that's a hard, hard task to do, man. Like, 300 pounds and you look good, no
Appreciate
diddy.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Just, for lack of better words, but you
Yeah.
got a book on, you winning competitions now. And we used to call you beef tips, man.
Yeah, man.
Can't call you that no more.
Yeah,
man.
you used to call it beef tips, man.
But,
I used to be bigger than you.
Yeah, hey man, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't realize the extent of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's probably what's got me, thrown for a loop. Is like I didn't even realize it was that deep.
Right.
You think we finna start off on weight loss, and I'm finna hit these little dumbbells every now and then, eat me some little rice cakes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no.
And we gonna call it a day, but the dark side of it is,
Yeah.
it's different. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we proud of you, man. We really proud of you, your journey. I would call it successful, but like they say, the marathon continues.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't over till it's over. Till everybody, reach one, teach one, and that's probably what it is now. Hopefully, we can have you back, for something different, because there's a lot more to tell here. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Hopefully we can have you back, man. But we did enjoy you coming. Make sure y'all on all social medias, like, comment, subscribe. We on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Same with Mr.245.
I appreciate it.
Make sure y'all check him out. We're gonna put some links in the description so y'all can grab the book. But until next time, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you. We're gonna get out of here, y'all.
Mr.245.com.
Mr.245.com.